Good morning, good day, grade 9. Today we will continue our discussion on rational exponents. And at this point, we will discuss simplifying rational expressions with rational exponents. This means that we can see exponents that in fractional form. Okay? So, first, we need to review and know the laws of integral exponents. The laws of integral exponents. So knowing the laws of integral exponents, we can simplify rational expressions with rational exponents. Kapag alam natin yung laws of integral exponents, masisimplify natin expressions with rational exponents. Okay, number 1, product rule. What is product rule? Let's say, for example, you have x to the m power times x to the n power. So this means you have the same base and you have two different different exponents, or maybe they have the same value. So what you are going to do is this. You are going to add the exponent. So that is the rule. When you are multiplying a number or an expression having the same base, so what are you going to do is that you are going to add the exponent. Okay? Now, number 2, quotient rule. Let's say, for example, you have x to the m power over x to the n power. So what you're going to do is you are going to subtract the exponent. So you have x is equal x to the m power minus n. So you are going to subtract the exponent provided that the base are the same value or of the same letter. Okay, so here is what you're going to do, but you can only do this if m is greater than n and or m is equal to n, kung parehas yung value ng number, okay, ng exponent. But if kung ang mangyayari is m is less than n, so makakaroon kayo ng negative na exponent. So what you are going to do is what? You are going to do this. Okay? If m is less than n, then what you're going to do is you follow this format, x n minus m. Okay? So yun ang inyong tatandaan. Pero kung mas malaki naman yung m kaysa n, you just subtract it. Okay? So pagka naman pareha, siguradong 0 ang lalabas doon. So any number raised to the power of 0, ang sagot ay 1. Pero pag nakita niyo mas mataas yung n, so you make that expression as a denominator of 1. Okay? So this is rule, and we will apply this later. Okay? Later. So number 3. Power rule. So here is power rule. X to the m raised to the power of n. So that is x raised to the power of m times n. So you're going to multiply the exponent. Okay? So that is what you call power rule. So if there is an expression, a rational expression, a rational exponent, or there is already an exponent, and then on the outside of the parenthesis, I mean additional exponent. So you are going to multiply the exponents. Okay? Number 4, power of a product. So let's say, for example, you have x to the m power, y to the n power, raised to the power of p. So what are you going to do? So you can use the power rule in this. So the answer would be x to the mp power. So you multiply, and then y to the np power. Okay? So you just multiply the exponent outside the parenthesis to the exponent inside the parenthesis. Okay? Number 5, power of a quotient. Power of a quotient. X to the m power all over y to the n power raised to the power of p. So the same thing, x to the mp power all over y to the np power. Okay? Provided that y is not equal to 0. Kasi pagka 0, di undefined. Hindi natin masasagot. 6, negative power. Negative power. X to the negative m. So what you're going to do is 1 over x to the m power. Okay? So when you put that expression into the denominator of 1, m will become positive. Okay? So that is rule number 6. And then number 7, law number 7 is 0 power. So x raised to the power of 0 is 1. So any number or letter or expression raised to 0 is 1. Lahat. Kapag ni-raise sa power ng 0, ang sagot ay 1. So those are the 7 laws of integral exponents that you need to know in order for you to simplify the rational exponents. Okay? So, yan ang dapat nating tandaan. Okay? And based on that rule, we can say that A, look at this, A m to the n power is equal to A to the 1n times m. Am I right? Based on the laws of integral exponent, pwede natin sabihin ito ay kapareho nito. Kasi pag itinimes ito, mn yon. Or pwede rin naman na a to the m power raised to the power of 1 over n. Kasi pag pinagmultiply natin yung m times 1 over n, mn. Pag i-multiply natin yung 1n to m, mn. So they have the same value. Okay? So, yon ang isa na dapat nating makita. Okay? Other examples, look at this. We can say that a raised to the power of r times A raised to the power of S is equal to A R plus S. Okay? So, yan. Another, A raised to the power of R all over A to the power of S. This is A raised to the power of R minus S. So, yan. Tingnan natin yung ilang mga analysis. Okay, based on our rule. Okay? So, and then we can say that AB raised to the power of R is equal to A raised to the power of R, B raised to the power of R. Okay? So, using the laws of integral exponent. We can also say A raised to the power of R raised to the power of S is equal to A R S, or raised to the power of RS. Okay? So, let's take some example. Some examples. Okay? Number one, let us simplify each expression using our knowledge in the laws of exponent. Number one, 81 raised to the power of 3 halves. So how are we going to simplify this? Okay? So what are we going to do? So first, we can say that 81 raised to the power of 1 half, okay, times 3. Parehas lang siya, tama? So pag itinamis natin sa 1 half, 3 halves, parehas pa rin. Equal sa, pwede nating ilagay ito na 9 halves, yung 81, tama? Raised to the power of 1 half, yung nasa labas. And then, so itong 81 and 1 half, pwede nating, yung 81, pwede nyo gawing 9 raised to the power of 2. So 1 half yon. And then raised to the power of 3, nasa labas. So we can say that 9, pag minultiply natin ito, 2 over 2. Okay? Raised to the power of 3. So you have 9, siyempre ari 1. So 9 raised to the power of 1, 9 yon. So 3 na lang ang natitira. So 9 cube is equal to 729. So that is the value of this 89 raised to the power of 3 halves. Okay? So kailangan yung pakaisipin kung alin yung pwedeng masimplify ng mabilis. Number 2, 125 raised to the power of 2/3. Okay? So we can say that 125 can be raised to the power of 1/3, right? 1/3 raised to the power of 2. Okay? So 1/3 ito. Okay? 1/3. Right? I-erase natin. Raised to the power of 1/3. Okay? So, bakit sa 1/3? Kasi pwede natin itong kunin ang pinaka-root nito, okay? Which is 5 raised to the power of 3. Right? 5 times 5 is 25. So you factor this, you get the prime factorization of this number, and you get 5 to the 3rd power raised to the power of 1/3, and then nasa labas yung 2. So you have 5, 3 over 3 raised to the power of 2. You have 5 raised to the power of 1 is 5, 2 raised to the power of 2, that is 25. So 125 raised to the power of 2/3 is 25. Another example, okay? Negative 32 raised to the power of 4/5. So we can see that negative 32. Kunin natin yung prime factorization. Makikita natin na 2 ang pinaka-prime factor nito na pwede nating gamitin. So, we can say negative 2, right? So, ilagay muna natin yung negative 32. So, pwede nating sabihin na 1/5, right? All over raised to the power of 4. So, walang pinagkaiba kasi 4 times 1/5 is 4/5. Hindi na bago. But then, bakit natin sa 5 nilagay? Kasi alam natin na ito ay pwede nating kuhanin yung prime factors nito na ang pinaka-base ay 2 and the 2 will be multiplied 5 times to each cell para maging 32. So, negative 2, right? Raised to the power of 5, okay? Raised to the power of 5, and then may 1/5 pa yan. Ay, mali yung ating ginamit na sign. Okay? So, yan. Negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2, 5 beses ay negative 32. So, yan. Ayan. Okay? And then, sa labas, pwede pala natin pag-isahin na ng ano. Kaya pala natin, hindi, kailangan natin ilagay nga sa parenthesis kasi mag-iiba ang sagot pag hindi natin nilagay. So, and then, nasa labas ang 4. So, we can say that negative 2 raised to the power of 5 over 5. Then, raised to the power of 4. So, negative 2 raised to the power of 1 ay negative 2. So, you have negative 2 raised to the power of 4. So, negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2, 4 na beses is 16. And that is your value. Okay? So, kailangan yung malaman. So, kita nyo yun, to dito, kasi alam natin na yun ay magiging 9 halves. So, pag naging 9 halves yun, 2 over 2 yun, magiging 1. Bakit 3 ang ating iniwan? Kasi alam natin ang 5, ang 25, ang pinaka-cube root ay 5. So, when you multiply 5 3 times, so makukuha natin yung 3 over 3. So, yun ang pinaka-technique. More example. More example. Number 4. Let's say, for example, you have 4m to the 6th power n to the 12th power raised to the power of 1/2. Okay? So, what are we going to do? Lahat yan, iisa-isahin natin i-raise sa power ng 1/2. 4 raised to the power of 1/2. Okay? Yung m to the 6, so i-multiply natin 6 times 1/2. So, 6 over 2. And yung 12, itatimes natin sa 1/2. You have 12 over 2. Simplifying the equation, you have, ano ito? Ang 4 raised to the power, ito ay pwede natin gawing 2, tama? Ito. Then, i-raise natin ng 1/2. Right? So, ano namang m? 6 divide 2 is 3. 12 divide 2 is 6. Okay? So, ano naman, pwede natin gawing 2 over 2 kasi 2 times 1/2 is 2 over 2. M to the 3rd power, n to the 6th power, and your final answer is 2m 3rd to the 3rd power, n to the 6th power. Okay? Ayun. So, another example, number 5. 8x to the 3rd power all over 343. Okay? Raised to the power of 343y raised to the power of 6. Raised to the power of 2/3. Okay? So, paano natin gagawin? So, pareho nating i-multiply yung exponent. So, ari muna sa taas. Yung 8, pwede natin gawing 2 to the 3rd power. Am I right? So, 2 to the 3rd power yung 8. Para pag i-multiply natin ng 2/3, alam na natin na mangyayari. Okay? And then, ano namang isa, x to the 3rd raised to the power of 2/3. So, i-multiply natin doon sa, gagawin natin exponent ng 8, gagawin natin exponent ng x to the 3rd power. And then, you have ang 343, pwede nating ilagay sa 7 to the third power, right? Tatlong 7 ay 343. Raised to the power of uh, So, may maiiwan pala. Kailangan natin munang ilabas. Kailangan nating so mhm. Sige, atin munang ilagay na natin 2/3. Okay? Yun namang isa, y, and then ano mangyayari din? Ari ay 6 y to the 6th power 2/3. Pwede nang i-multiply eh. So, ari ay 2 to the 3 times 2/3 ay 6/3. Ari naman ay 6/3 din. Tama? Ano pa aring isa? 7. Ari ay 6/3 din. Ari ay magiging 12/3. So you have 2 to the second power, x to the second power, 7 to the second power, kasi i-divide natin, y to the fourth power. And the answer is, yan, 4x squared, okay, 49y to the fourth power. And that is your answer. Okay? So, pwedeng i-multiply ng diretsa, okay, at i-divide na lamang. Ito, katulad nitong ginawa natin. So, meron pang isang way na pwede nyong gawin. Pero ito, dahil pwede na namang i-times ang direkta at i-divide. So, makukuha nyo na ang value. Okay? So, that is simplifying expressions with rational exponents. Okay? So, that's it. And we will go to the next topic.